sure? Are you sure? No. You go. You go. I'll get to you, baby, don't worry. Get you some food. Hey guys, Dr. Phil here. Has anyone shown up yet? Oh, I've got a like already. A point of order for those people in the United States. These are Ugg boots, or bogan boots, whatever you want to call them. Worn by people of low socio-economic status all over Australia. I'm wearing them in solidarity, not because of low socio-economic status. I don't know. It's cold, they're comfortable.
I'm really sorry, I'm going to make a cup.
There's no one here, move along. No one here but us local guys. Right.
You can hear the magical laughter of the opals in the void.
You are aware there's a live stream going on, don't you?
Yeah, I know, that's what I was saying. I was saying that I'm the opals, and that's how you can hear me.
Ah, fair enough.
Look, I'm a little delirious, so I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, but yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was taking a cup of tea and I wanted to
There
say
you go.
hello.
Just getting you some food. There you go. Nom.
Thank you for getting tea. It's been very happy.
I was actually using a colloidal trap model, but yeah.
What? You're using it for what?
A colloidal trap model.
I thought you said a colon trap model.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, I was really worried. I'm really glad you're not using it for that.
Can you see? No. Okay, I'm feeding Pony at the moment, and you'll notice that I'm feeding out of a plastic bag, and there's a good reason for that.
Because you don't have the worms.
No, I don't have the worms. Yes, maybe I should be doing talking.
Sorry.
Sorry, my daughter's in delirium at the moment.
I'm fine. I just feel a bit nauseous.
And you? In that goes there, Pony. I'll put you up there.
Yoink.
There you go.
He's so cute.
Yeah, okay. Hello there, peoples. That was just the feeding of the birds. There's Pony. It's kind of an amusing moment because I went and got Pony and then plonked her on top of her perch, and she's not used to having that level of assistance. Now, I've got some exciting news for you. When I've finished with this live stream, what I will be doing is I'll be moving into the garage and actually doing a time lapse of me fixing up the garage and making it into a gold processing place. That'll be cool. I don't know when my daughter will start opal cutting. She may never do it. Like, I don't think that, you know, being the father is actually a good way of convincing children to do stuff. Ugh. So I'll show you what's happened here. It might not look like anything much, but it's pretty cool. For me anyway. So over here we have lights, and they're actually a little bit further over, which means that when I'm doing my opal cutting, I can move my head right over here without actually getting hit by a light or electrocuted or any of the nasty things. Totally true. My kids love me, don't get me wrong, but none of them want to go into statistics. As a matter of fact, I think one of my children just failed a statistics exam. There will be a reckoning, don't you worry. It's all right. And by the way, I got my PhD well into my 30s, and prior to that I flunked school, so I don't mind too much what you do in school. I mean, try. Oh dear. No, still there. Oh well. All right, I'm going to flip this around so we can show you why this is so important. Because what it does, despite the fact that we've still got an awful lot of debris on here, I think we could get away with it. We totally can. When I turn on the machinery, the lighting is much better. You'll have to believe me on that one, because I can see that it's not exactly something to prove. There's been a lot of rain around recently, so I'm going to have to move accordingly. Whoop. One thing though, I found an awful lot of really cool opal recently, just in various hidey holes and stuff. So I will be giving them a bit of a burl today. But also, I've got a new set of opals. I'll just pop them over here. You can see them. Now, I did some of them last night, actually. I did the good ones last night, but these ones are the ones which I've extracted colour from, so I'm expecting them to be pretty good as well. So we'll just go straight into them, I reckon. What I'm doing is I'm just recharging the water whilst we're talking to. I think we've got enough water there to... Well, we don't have a lot of water, no. I just noticed that. Ever since I disconnected it from the hose and started manually filling it, it's been a little bit dodged. The other thing is, because it's such a large system, it's hard to know when it's empty because it's just so resilient. So I just fill it. Sporadic seems to work out. The good part of it is that you can fill it with practically any water because by the time it gets to you, it's been through several hoses. Just like the concept of, you know, the water you drink has been filtered through the kidneys of a million dinosaurs. I'll let that sink in. Alright. I have now refilled the water. And the gauge is not catching up because the system's got so much redundancy, it takes a while for everything to catch up. So, I will now turn the water on. The water is already on. Oh, that's a problem. Did I leave it on? No wonder. Let's have a look. So that's why it was so empty. It all makes sense now. Okay, let's have a look. You are there, you are there, you are there, you are going through there, you're going through there, going through here. And that is Stone Cold Muddles. Okay. We do have a slight issue here. I accidentally left one of the valves on, and so the entire system is drained. I did not know that happened. So I'll just have to go and grab some more water quickly and pop it into the relevant system. How silly of me. What I can do is I can recharge directly and then I can start milking water directly into it. So it'll work pretty much instantly the moment I start getting it going. But it may require a little bit more water to do that. Give me a second, I will return. Yum, yum, yum. Boopy doopy doopy boo. Boopy doopy doopy boo. Boopy doopy doopy boo. All of the other carols said, why are you singing now? Cause it's the only way that Australians can have Christmas in the wintertime. What a lovely little song. Okay, let me see. Did I do the right one? We'll see if that works. Oh yeah, it's working. You can see it. Come on, work more. I'll just fill it up again to make sure there's extra pressure. Now previously I had this set up so that when it failed, it would fail at a specific point and not disrupt all of the opal cutting operation. But I don't know if it's set up that way now. We are going to find out. The good news is that it seems to be filling erratically, which means to me that there's at least some redundancy in here. It seems to me that it's going down as fast. Yeah, I think it is, which is a good sign, very good sign. And I can see the water going into the reservoir, so we're good. As a matter of fact, it seems to be the right kind of speed. Just close the door and then we'll get cracking. Right? Just move this power board out of the puddle, which sounds like a good idea to me. Hello. Alright. Alright. Seems like everything's working. Now, what we've got here is these as well as everything else. And these are kind of nice. Kind of nice, really nice, very nice, awesomely nice. We've also got stuff in the awesome nice category over here. Oh, it's really going nuts now. Good. Our good friend Adele has arrived. Good to see you, Adele. Just so that you know, we have new opals. So they're the usual mixed bag, however. I nowadays do not buy good opals. I just buy random, essentially, because it's just as good as getting good opal, in my opinion. A good example of that is this guy, actually. Let me show it to you. That's from yesterday. Just to give you an idea. Yeah, so ignore that little piece of... I didn't realise that was still in there. I have to deal with that. But yes. See that? Nice little piece of opal, that one. Now I'm having trouble opening a darn packet. It's because I soldered a pH meter yesterday, and no, I can't solder. I have ChatGPT to help me with instructions, and it's not as risky a situation as you might think, because I spent a lot of time optimizing ChatGPT, and believe it or not, ChatGPT is actually engineered to give you friction, because there are certain people in governments and whatnot who are actually scared of an AI that's too capable. So you end up with these AIs and they pretend that they've got all sorts of problems. No, they don't. They've just got people who have put some policy brakes on them. So at any rate, I was using a soldering iron and it was my fault. Just a quick hot tip: don't use a soldering iron the same way you would use, say, a pen, like by holding it right up the neck of the soldering iron. That will result in partial thickness burns, in case you didn't know. Be still, my beast of a... Right. getting better, but come on. There we go. And just a slight kick in there. There we go. So let's have a look what we've got here. We've got this way. We is got this guy. Yeah, there is some colour on it somewhere. I haven't mapped it out. Ah, yes. Now that's interesting because you spelled it S-O-D-D-E-R. I actually pronounce it solder with an L in there because it's spelt with an L. But I'm in the minority. Most people call it solder. There's that one. Yeah, so if you're wondering what those on my fingers are, yes, they are burns. I always called it solder, yeah. And I was really upset with YouTube videos when everyone's going, oh, you're going to go solder it. You go, what the? You don't get soldiers going to war, do you? Well, I accept that you're correct on that, but like I'm too old to change now. It's going to be solder forever. I tell you what, I'm just going to find the funkiest of, and we will start cutting. As a matter of fact, I declare this one funky. This one I do declare funky. The first Noel, the solder did drip as he was fixing a silicon chip. Is that right? Well, you confuse some cockneys there, wouldn't you? Shine your shoes, eh, glove? Just imagining now, opal 349, done with a gloved hand. Well, it's because you spelled it as it's pronounced, which is not a problem. Remember, the only reason that that happened at all is because of what? It was Gutenberg, I think, who standardised spelling with the printing press. If it wasn't for that, we'd still be spelling all sorts of weird. Now that went deep into the bowels of my equipment. I'm not going to get that. It's a shame because it was doing well. That's what you get for talking about printing presses, I think. In the age of internet, they don't like it. So this one, I'm just going to take the top off it and then we'll have a look. Yeah, solder it. Solder it all. Solder off. try and show you the thumb. The thumb's the best one. Tell you what, it sorted off, didn't it? I'm hoping this sand clears up because it's kind of a nice opal. What I definitely will do at this point in time is to take this layer off. So I'll carve it at this point, and I have to put down my opals, which I've got sitting in my hot little hand. What am I going to do with my opals in my hot little hand? I will pop them in here. Look. We can all look at them at some stage. I'll put them there. What lovely opals they are. They will fall down presently, don't worry. Now, I hear very often that the last words that people hear from some members of our community are, "Oh, don't worry, trust me, I'm a doctor." When shall we three meet again, in opal lightning or in sand? Lay on, Macduff, and damned be he to say, lay off, enough. Didn't like the Scottish play, did you? It was one of my favourites. Oh. That's an awful, awful, awful thought. It's times like that you wish you had a lucid dream, then you could have at least hit him. Did you go and break into the US Fed together? Oh, yes. Everyone likes my drain hose. Yeah. I'm now stopping with the riffing off that last statement because, like, I I think we can go a certain level and then no further. We're down to 3 people. I'm wondering if that was Ellen or the drain hose. ¿Por qué no estos? Tarara, tarata. Would you believe I have an opal in my head now? Now let me just unembed it. See if you can spot it. Advanced hair. Yeah. Okay. Maybe there's going to be a storm. Oh yes, I use a lot of products, mostly silica. Yeah. Decorate, decorate. Why did you do that to me? Why did you? Why? Okay, like half of the audience is going to be from not Australia, and so they're not going to even know the song. I mean, they're going to know sort of the song, but they're not going to know exactly the song, are they? They're just going to go, he's singing that weird song now. As I shampoo my hair, I'm a kid in his underwear. I mean, it's a really bad ad, isn't it? Like, it was in the 80s. This is not the best we can do. I really love. Now I'm just singing it, my decore. And I got that feeling, so does the family. Oh yeah. I mean, it's not even good lyrics. Dippity doo. No, I don't think so. What we did have was we had Ants Pants Underwear's ad, and it was just weird. It was a little bit suggestive too. Like, basically there was a woman who was sitting there in her underwear and ants were crawling everywhere, and there was, of all things, an echidna. Now, if you didn't know, an echidna is actually it lives on a diet of ants. Yeah. But at any rate, yeah. So this woman in her underwear is just sitting there going, looks suggestively at the echidna and goes, "Sick 'em, Rex." And so the echidna does who knows what to her while she's going for those ants. Yeah, very close, except it's a spiny one. One of the common jokes that we have in Australia is, what's the difference between Parliament House and an echidna? And the answer is all the pricks are on the inside. Look, we're not going to do monotremes anatomy now. It looks like a pangolin. That's fine. Oop. Down we go. Up we go again. Okay. Here's a piece of trivia for you, because I think the echidna's got something which no other animal has. Do you know what you call an echidna's a baby echidna? I think pangolins are more related to sloths than they are anything else. I don't know. I could be wrong. But at any rate, an echidna. That's right, a puggle. That has to be the cutest puppy name ever. And you look at a baby echidna and you go, yep, it's a puggle for sure. They just look like a puggle. I mean, when they're not a jelly bean, of course. And the jelly bean reference is, in case you didn't know, all monotremes have got a different uterine setup to most other mammals, which means that they can't nourish a baby for very long in the uterus. So they have to give birth to it extremely early. Well, it gets weirder because, like, the echidnas are mammals, but they don't have nipples. And so what happens is that they just get this, like, patch on their chest which gets wet with milk. And so your puggle goes to the puggle puddle and laps up the milk there. I have no idea what this opal is doing, I just know I like it. It's just so bizarre. What I think is that black spot is going to kill us all, so I'll just concentrate on somewhere else. We'll just round it off and be done with it, I reckon. Ah, that's right. Sorry about that. It's a monotreme. Of course it lays eggs. Here I was explaining monotreme anatomy, and I've missed the most obvious of them. Yes, it's marsupials that have the problem with their uterus, not monotremes. They don't got no. Oh my goodness. There was a YouTuber that picked up a wombat. Can you imagine if they made an omelette out of a echidna egg? They would have been crucified. I really like that. I probably could spend a bit more time on it, but I've got more interesting things to do. So let's do some more interesting things. Right, that's just more of the same. So let's just do this guy. So I spotted where this might be a very short-lived one because I've got to find the colour first. And it's a quick one. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? It's on one of these corners. It's a giant flash of colour. Just got to spot it first. Come on, let's find it. Let's find it. Let's find it. I promise I'm not lying. I'm shifting my angles around to see if I can spot it. I think it's here. I think it's there. There it is, found it. See if we can get it on camera. Oh, colour enhance on. Okay. Just there. So how this tracks across the opal, I have no idea. Let's just find out, shall we? We have to give it a bit of a haircut first, which is a bit scary. This is going to be interesting because there is a lot of this opal here, but it's facing, look, it's facing there. Look at that. Let's have a look. Let's go this way and see what it does. It only faces that way, huh? So let's just turn it around the corner, see what happens. My read of it is it can turn the corner, but very, very badly, so we've got to be careful. And it's so brittle, it just flakes off like nobody's business. Wow, this is a challenge. Going the whole way down the opal, see if anything else is like that. And I'll do this face here. Oh yeah, echidnas are everywhere. The only difference between a northern echidna and a southern echidna is the number of spines they have and the thickness. The further south they go, the spines get replaced by fur, basically. It's not like they're not prickly though. They still can give you quite a jab. I think I'm detecting instances of colour everywhere here. It could just be my mind playing tricks on me. It is late at night after all. I think I saw it again. Just here on the side. Let's try that. Yeah. Okay, so the trouble is there's cracks everywhere as well, so very often red colour is indicative of cracks. Right, I'm also going to go take this face off here very gently. Very Nicolas Cage this is. Face off. Move it up, never mind. Alright, I've made a decision. I'm going to cut this section off. We'll see if we can work with it. Because I have a feeling we've got more opal to work with. But we should just figure out exactly what we're dealing with. By the way, this is obviously a Cooperpedy opal. As you can see, you're getting a great view of the back of my hand because that's exactly what I wanted. I was thinking, you know what? More people need to see the back of my hand. Right. I think it's this piece. Or is it this piece here? Got two identical pieces. Try and figure them out. There might even be three identical pieces. See? This is not a fun game of Where's Wally. I can just tell you that now. Or Where's Waldo, or whatever you'd play. Right. I've got three likely suspects. Let's go through the attributes of all of them. I don't think it's that one. It should be easy to detect because it's shiny. Don't seem to see any shine in any of those. There are more white bits. Let's see. That one. If it's this one, I'm not going to be happy. It's tiny. Ah, I dropped it again. I don't think it's this one because it's covered in yellow stuff, which is telling. This piece here. No. Aha. Piece here. Surely it's not that piece here. It's too small. We'll cut a piece off that was worth having. Probably this piece here. Yep. Ah, you're looking indicative. You're looking rather indicative. Where are you? No, lost it. Oh well. That was annoying. Really, really, really annoying. I can't get this song out of my head. Make it stop. That song is annoying. Really, really, really annoying. I can't get this song out of my head. One last try. Don't think it's this one. Alright. Looks like we're going on with the main piece because the other piece has decided to hide itself in the dust. Not that piece. Not that piece. Alright. Oh well. Really weird piece because it kind of shines and then it doesn't. So it came off. It's that piece there then, is it? Let's have a look. Just saw a clue, and so I'm just quickly looking to see if I can. It's very Blue's Clues.
Reap, reap.
I'll just get out my handy dandy notebook. Just checking these. That's clearly not it. I don't think this is it either. Alright, we're going to have to just move on with the show. No idea where that piece went. I will be having words with the producer of it and say, why did you make the thing that goes all the way away from me? I think that's the only issue with this setup that I've got. The fact that sometimes just the elaborate nature of the setup means that it's very hard to find dropped opal. But at a risk of doing this again, let's try it. Prepare for the drop. Now the thing we have to make note of is the fact that there was definitely opal in here. There was definitely shiny, precious opal in here. So when we look at the piece and go, what? No precious opal? But at least remember what we had. Right. Don't worry, I knew that piece was going to come off. That's not a mistake, it's a feature. Here's to you, dear kidna. What a treat sis loves you more than you know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now the question is, did it retain? It did. It retained it. Good. Just on this tiny, tiny corner here. We'll just round it, make it a high dome. See what happens. It also makes it easy to identify the other piece because I know what it looks like now. Might have been this piece. Oh well, doesn't matter. Okay, let's have a look at this one. I will get the back done a bit more back. There we go, back. There we go. My monitoring don't want some unless it's got burns on. So that's perfectly dockable. Hopefully it'll show up as a nice piece of opal eventually on the dock stick. Let's have a look at what we've done. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a leap of faith, and above the yellow is where I'm going to go. Above the yellow I think is where the precious is. So let's just hope that that's exactly what the opal thinks as well. Trouble was that, like, I said exactly, and then I realised that that's what the Hoof GP does. He goes, and that's exactly what we'll do. I'm like, well, this isn't a cow. I can't do the exactly what we'll do thing. This coup is very uncomfortable. So what we first have to do is carve it like it normally is. Don't know what I'm talking about. He's a Scottishman. I'm doing all sorts of, like, mostly posh English. I mean, an Australian version of posh English. Oh yeah, tally-o and all that, eh? So the question is, will it work? Who knows? Hard as nails it is. Well done. Sorry, I just got myself right up close to the camera and then all hell broke loose. Not a bad cut, that. And thank you for the 3rd like, whoever did that. Very kind of you. Now let's see what happens here. This is the test. Ooh. Don't think I can, well, I was going to say don't think I can salvage it. I can salvage, but only if I cut it. This piece is quite a nice piece. The tiny little piece that's about to jump. Right. So once again, we just have to very carefully carve this one. Make sure that it's facing the correct way, and then we're going to have a look at this other piece and hope that that works out too. Because if that piece works out, it's a much bigger piece. Kinda handy. 59 minutes. Man, time flies when you're having fun. Right. There we go, look at that. There we go. You can see it actually shows up there too, which is good. Don't know how that's going to go on a dop stick, but I'm more intrigued with this piece here. So let's give that one a shot and we'll see what happens. Thought so. You'll see what I mean. So what I'm doing now is I'm just basically cutting it on the assumption that there's precious opal in here somewhere, of which it's quite a good assumption. You can hear that sound. That's the sound of a good cut. So there is good opal in here somewhere. Slicing through another layer. Oh man, that was epic and annoying at the same time. All right. I got 2 tiny little opals of it, but then the front fell off. Front's not supposed to fall off. Cardboard's out. Okay. Oh, that's it. You're off the team. It's all right, mate. Okay, well, it would seem that this, since it's had its little break from showbiz. Hello, my baby, hello, my honey. All right, we'll try and do a magnum opal now because, well, it's that time. Let's try this one out. It may go well, it may go bad, but it will go. I had to stop myself because I could actually hear the opal cutting whilst I was trying to trim the sand off it. That's a simultaneously good and bad sign. Anything interesting, by the way? Well, Adele, I wasn't paying attention because I actually read the bottom half of yours. Because all I read was I've seen the kid and I'm going, well, yeah, of course they're around. And I'm going, oh, hit by a car. Nah, not as good. Okay, giving that one up because it's not good. Okay, so this is what I call a cherry blossom pattern. Okay, I'll show you an opal at some stage which actually explains why I call it that. But let's give this one a go. We'll just carve it into a cab, I think, straight away. I'm not worrying about the colour, because the colour is actually contained within these cracks here. Hang on for a second. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're still with me. Down to 2. Back up to 8. So like I was saying, right. These are very interesting opals in their own right, but I'm just going to be carving them as they are, because I think their pattern is fascinating. It's going to look a little bit marbled here. But if you have a look at them, think about a flagstone pattern or a marquee pattern or something like that, and you'll see some similarities in these. Okay. We'll make this into 2, cut along this axis here. And we're actually going to see why we call it why I call it cherry blossom pattern now. You'll actually see quite a clear, obvious reason. Yeah, just throw it on the ground, why don't you feel? All right, now have a look at this. This is where it becomes interesting. Come on, show. Can you see that? Can you see how it looks kind of like a tree? Almost all of these actually have that kind of pattern that ends up looking sort of like a cherry tree. So I call that cherry blossom pattern. I'll go in and see if I can find some which have actually got that pattern, and you'll see how hauntingly beautiful they can be. Right, so let's just start carving the curves. Tree blossom pattern. Come on. Just made from the cracks in the opal. But hauntingly beautiful. You can see it in the back. I'll have to just very carefully fix up the back. There you are. So that's about 2 or 3 carats, and it's a distinct fractal pattern. You're never going to get another pattern like that. But I do have about 2 other opals which I've been able to cut in a similar way. As a matter of fact, so I'll dot that guy up, whoop, or I'll drop it, one of the two. But you have seen cherry blossom pattern, and just so you know, this piece here got the same material. I'll see if I can make another one cut from that one. You can see there's, yeah, there you go. If I cut along that side, there's another tree for you. So just let me quickly go over to here and I'll show you. Hello. Let's get it in. Hello there, salam. I'm happy to talk to you, but I pretty much only converse in English, and I'm sorry about that. Ah, that's the problem. There we go. Okay, so you can see it quickly before it turns into something else. So I'll try really hard to somehow get that to resolve. Once I figure out which is the best branch of the tree to work with, I think it's this one. Once I get the best branch of the tree to work with, I will then face it up that way. So these things take a little bit more effort to make, and they're a bit chancy. I don't see many of them, but I do know that they are growing opals. So I've seen a few from growing that do this, but not all of them, of course, become the cherry blossom pattern. There's a few things that have to go right before the cherry blossom happens. Something will happen now. You can see that one of these patterns is going to shine out now, and then when we get it, there it'll probably be this one. I'll cut it in such a way that it looks like a tree. So that's the opal cutting portion over. Now, let's turn this off. Yoink. I use the kind of curious now. Wow, half a container full. So maybe 2 litres. So if I've got any energy left tonight, what I'll be doing is I'll be going into the garage and hyperlapsing a build, but I might not have the energy. Well, I might do, so I'll try this. What do you reckon? I think that's a pretty good. Come here, lady pig. What are we doing now? Yeah, you can come out too. Want to come out? Wait, step up. Step up. Step up. Good. 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 There we go. So I won't forget you, mate. You're never forgotten. Would you like a scratchy poo? Scratchy poo, scratchy poo. Scratchy poo. Scratchy poo in your boots. It's much easier when I've got hands free to do this. Alright. Weirdly, the live streams, they tend to go silent at a certain point. There's people still watching, but it's just silent from that point on. It doesn't matter what you could do. You could be doing tricks. Hey Loki, wings? Oh, come on, wings? Wings? Will I get some food for you and then you'll suddenly start to perform? No? You're a bit nervous for the maxi. Yeah, that's okay. Hey! Well, I'm nervous too. What did you do that for? Okay, fine, whatever. You bit me. You didn't bite me half. Okay, step. I'm going to pop you over here. And I'm going to move this back. I don't know why I'm doing that for you. It's all good. There you go. Alright, here. Are you ready to do some tricks for me? You want to do wings? Good. Okay. Do you want to do wings? There you go, you can have that. Alright. Turn around. Yeah, keep going. Turn around. The other one? Give me 5. Or give me 4. Okay. Oh, it's that one, wasn't it? So give me 4. There you are. Turn around. Okay, do you want to shake me by the hand? How do you do? Want to do wings again? Wings? That's her repertoire done. There you go. Yes. If I had a bit more control over the chat, I'd actually get it translated and see if I could actually work out what was being said. But no can do. Good. Max is going for the bigger bit. Alright, so here we go. Good bit. Very good. Okay, take that. Right. Any pains? Lovely one, mate. You got some breathing. Okay. Good. right here. This is Pony. Hello, hello. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. That's the end of the show, guys. But we've got a pigeon here who's the bearer of the bad news. If you enjoyed the show, like and subscribe on the way out. For all those people who... Whoop, just popped Tony down. For all those people who... Yeah, spaghetti. They love it. I checked with the vet. Vet's fine with it. Yeah. That's the end of the show. Like and subscribe if you liked what you saw. If you didn't, I don't know why you're still watching. So, you know, maybe you're just watching it like a train wreck. Yeah, well, it's actually... Yeah, it is cool spaghetti because we haven't cooked it. Yeah, I'll have a good night. You have a good, possibly midday by now. Yeah, so I hope everything goes well for everybody who watched this show, because I really do appreciate you all. Have a lovely evening, and Dr. Phil out.